Hi guys, welcome to Chakra Sessions. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbé, and have a good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. I'm going to check in to see who's here. Hi, Rob. Rob's always quick with the "What'd you know, Polly Jo?" Thanks for putting a smile on my face first thing this day. May not be morning at where I am, but it always helps start off my show. I'm glad you'll be watching in the archive. Hello. Hi, Christine. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hi, Robin. Glad to see you. All right. So we are, having this interesting energy going on with the eclipse that we had on Friday, along with the full moon. Our energy has been possibly a little wonky over the weekend. And maybe it's time to kind of reboot and recheck. And with so many planets in retrograde, it can send things a little bit to the forefront that they need our attention. No worries, Mary. Glad you're going to be here, in spirit. Hi, Neshi. Great to see you. So this is, this really active time. There's many times where the planets and the moon and the sun kind of interfere energetically with the regular flow of our day-to-day lives. And when that occurs, we may experience some weird deja vu. We also might get really triggered or really cranky for no apparent reason. And a lot of that is that our energy kind of returns, especially with the eclipse, to what our energy was like last year at the same time. And, if you think back to what you were going through at this point last summer, you may notice some similarities. And then Mercury was having his way with people in retrograde over the weekend, at least where I was. We were at a Renaissance fair, the Massachusetts Renaissance Fair up in Cummington, Massachusetts, and we were doing free healings and helping. Actually, we were healing animals as well, which was really cool. We got to do some horses, birds, and dogs that were there. So that was all great. But one of the things we noticed is that people were really funky. Even our own troop, people are like, I'm not sure what's up, but it was really the energy that's going on. So we are going to be talking about awakening the energy in your transcendental heart. Some people may call it the high heart. Some people may call it the universal heart. But basically, it's the heart energy of your higher self. And it might seem like it would be awake all the time, but we don't always access it. And when you're not accessing it, when you're getting to a space of being cranky and kind of petty and feeling a little childish when you're dealing with other people, because you're not in that full love space, or the fullest love space that you can be in. And then generally that means you're not tapped into it. And it happens to all of us, including myself. There are times when, my inner child gets cranky and I'm right out of it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you guys would help with sharing and liking or loving this post or commenting, all those things help it show up in your Facebook news feed. That allows us to get seen by other people, and it allows us to share the healing and get it out to anybody who needs it. Nice. You aren't kidding about the funky energy. And bring up past items. In my live stream this morning, I introduced the live stream as Sacred Hoop. And how long ago was Sacred Hoop, Neshi? It's totally like that. Hi, Lindsay. She's saying she's busy, either watching later today or tomorrow. Not sure if you do cards on Tuesday or not. But if so, yes, please. If not, I'll be here tomorrow night too. Yes, I do not do cards, Lindsay, on Tuesdays. I only do them on Wednesday nights. On my show at 7 o'clock at Soul Connections, I will do a healing and I pull cards. I have more time on Wednesday to dedicate to you guys and the healing, and it's the end of my work day basically on Wednesdays, and so that way it allows me to just turn over all my energy to you and make sure I get out to you. But on Tuesdays, I'm on a tighter ship because I'm in the middle of the day and I have clients to see after this. So I will do that for you tomorrow, Lindsay, but thanks for asking. So the Transcendental Heart is how my guides describe it to me. The different terminology, I think, depends on what your use of the heart, extra heart energy is. So the way it has been explained to me is that this is your universal heart. It's the heart part of you that reminds you that you're not only one with all the human beings on the planet, that you're all the same, but also you're the same as all of the animals and all of the plants, and you're also one with everything in the universe, and that we're all interconnected, we're all interwoven. This feeling of separateness is part of our spiritual journey. It is not true, and it's reawakening the fact that it's not true. Remembering that we are whole and we are part of a larger thing. And so that requires a higher perspective. So there are people that I'm sure that you have encountered who, don't seem to hear you when you're talking, don't seem to understand that you have needs that need to be met. They just simply take and sort of ignore the group. You may call them selfish, you may call them childish, but they very much hold on to everything that is theirs. It's like mine, 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 and they're not willing to share because they're in a survival mode. When you fear for your survival, you're not going to share, you're going to hoard and hold on to everything. But when you know in your heart and in your truth that you are part of the universe and that the universe will always provide for you, then you're more open to sharing and giving and volunteering. And, some of us who have that space, sometimes we do that to such a degree that we get taken advantage of. And then that pulls our energy back down into our own cranky space where we feel more like a doormat and less like, a spiritual caregiver. So really being able to tap into your transcendental heart allows you to really understand where other people are coming from and not to take it personally when they can't hear you, when you're asking for something and they can't hear you, or they won't give you what you're needing, because sometimes they're just actually not able to energetically. There's a beautiful book called How to Know God by Deepak Chakra, and some people find it's difficult to read, but I think it's worth getting through if you can. And in the book, it talks about people who vibrate at different levels, similar to the chakras. And when you are vibrating and living your life at a particular frequency, you are sometimes unaware of the frequency of other people around you, especially people who are vibrating at a higher frequency than you are. The higher your frequency or fuller your frequency and vibration, the more you are able to see those who are struggling beneath you. And I'm using above and below. My guides just sort of stepped in as a marker. It's really not that somebody's a higher vibration. It means that you hold more notes in your frequency. So if you think of it like a piano, There are some people who are playing, 3 notes in the very deep, um, part of the piano. And then there's other people who can play an octave or 2 at the same time. It's like playing with 1 hand or playing with 2 hands. And the more notes on the piano that you can play, the more music and the more variations that you can create. And so it's not that those notes aren't important, because they are. Whatever notes we hold are important. Just some people may have access to more notes. And so it's not really higher in that respect. It's more full. That's how I see it. It's like it's a fullness. You've expanded energetically. So I just wanted to make that clear, because it's not a better than or a worse than, because I've heard that used a lot in the New Age speak. Especially I've encountered it a lot when we've done healing expos or holistic fairs. Some people will walk around saying, that they're a certain, I'm a purple ray or something like that, and put other people down, and that is not at all in the Transcendental Heart. So I hope my roundabout way was clear there. So in the Transcendental Heart, it's located slightly above your actual physical heart when you're holding onto it in your physical being. So when we think of our higher self, most people think of it as being above our head. And it can be. But the more practiced you are with working with your higher self, and the more you use it, the more frequently you are in connection, you can actually pull the energy of the higher self in, and wear it almost like a coat. And when you do so, when it's all the way in, the higher heart, the Transcendental Heart, is basically at the top, right below your collarbone. And it is very pink in color, like where my name is, that color pink. It is very close to that color. And it's why when people do healing energy like Reiki, sometimes they sense the color pink instead of the color green when they're doing the healing. And that's because they are tapped into the higher heart. And when the higher heart and the physical heart are energetically working together, you may even see the green and the pink kind of swirled together, which I see quite often when I'm working with people who are healers or who are ministers or people who are in some sort of spiritual work and have a higher perspective. You will often see those colors intermingling. Phew, lots of information spewing out. I hope you guys are getting some of this as we're going. So when we talk about awakening the Transcendental Heart, this is about tapping into the sense of being part of the oneness, part of the consciousness. And this is a healing meditation where we not only do a clearing like we normally do, but afterwards we're going to open up the communication between your 2 hearts, so that you are in a frequency where they are working together as a team. Because when you can work the energy of your hearts together as a team, you can radiate your light and your purpose even brighter. So it can help you to tap into who you truly are. And it also allows you to have a lot of compassion for other people, and compassion for yourself. Because sometimes the worst thing that we can do is we will talk down to ourselves. And when we do that, we invite other people to talk the same way to ourselves. So when we can expand our heart energy to really understand and see other people for who they are and who they are meant to be, we can really be in a much more open and loving place. And we have a lot more patience too. Because the thing with the planets being in retrograde, I'm sure for some of you, patience has been a difficult thing I've found for people in the past few days and maybe even the past couple of weeks. And patience is when we are in the middle of learning an important lesson. So when we are tapped into our transcendental heart, we're not anxious about it. We're just like, okay, this is part of my path and this is what's going on and I'm good, you know? So it can be a really juicy thing to really connect and be in unison is, I guess, the best word that's coming through, in unison with your higher self. So you're resonating and you're working as one.
Yeah.
There we go. We're going to start already. So to do this healing, as we often do, we're going to do a healing meditation and a clearing and a connection to the energy and an opening. And to do that, we want to make sure that you are grounded. So you want to be sitting or laying down, get really comfortable. And you want your arms and your legs uncrossed so that you're not short-circuiting any energy that might ricochet through your body. We want it all to go easily and flow into the ground and up to the divine.
Yeah.
And we're going to begin by calling in the divine energy, however you perceive that, whether you connect to God or Goddess, the universe, oneness, consciousness.
Yeah.
For we all connect in our own unique way. There is no right way to connect to the divine.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. And remembering that the bubble is above us, below us, in front of us, behind us, and on either side of us.
Yeah.
In each and every dimension.
Yeah.
And you may want a second bubble around the space that you are in, the room or the building or outside.
Yeah.
Just so that you feel safe in a container of divine, loving light.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to call in your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors,
Yeah.
your animal totems, the ascended masters, star beings, all divine of the highest, fullest, and brightest vibration available to you and to me in this moment of now.
Daina.
And we set the intention that this healing, meditation, and connection is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah.
And we begin by accessing and clearing the energy at the top of our head so that our crown and our connection to the divine is wide open. And feel it begin to come in through your head and into your third eye, and begin to clear away any thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
Any energy that is spinning in your head, in worry and anxiety, or any energy that is distracting you from being right here in this moment of now.
Bona ye. Yeah.
And pulling our energy out of the past in all the things that we worry about, what had been, and if we could have changed it.
Bona ye na.
And the energy that we may have worrying about what we need to do or what's about to happen or could happen, and just allowing all the energy to pull back into this moment of now so that we are not stretched energetically into the past or the future.
Nona ye na. Yeah.
I'm just asking that our intuition and our five senses can work together as a team to give us clarity in the information and the messages that we receive from people and our spiritual team and our environment.
Yeah.
And we ask that all pathways of communication be opened
Yeah.
so that we may hear and see and sense the messages that our team is trying to give us. And so we may hear other people clearly in what they are truly trying to say.
Yeah.
And so we may be heard clearly in what we are trying to say as well.
Yeah.
Opening the ears and the throat so that we can express ourselves fully and be in our truth and our integrity.
Ye na. Yeah.
Releasing any stress or tension that we may be holding on to in our neck, our shoulders, any angry words that we've held onto or that went unsaid, allowing that extra energy to dissolve. It no longer serves you.
Dona ye na. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And opening the pathway for you to fully express who you are in each and every way you are meant to, through your writing, through your singing, through your dancing.
Bona ye na. Yeah. Yeah.
Through your cooking, through your gardening, through how you dress. Just allowing all of the unique ways that you can express you to be open
Yeah.
in their fullest and brightest way.
Yeah.
And moving into the lungs and clearing away any energy that you may be holding on to.
Yeah.
Any ways you've held your breath.
Yeah.
Any ways that you haven't been able to live your life as fully and completely
Yeah.
as you are meant to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And moving into your heart and really releasing any old grief, sadness, disappointment, blame, or shame that you may be holding on to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Allowing the energy to just dissipate fully and completely. So there's even more room for love and compassion to be held in your heart.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Bringing the energy down into your belly,
Donai. Doiska. Donai.
and beginning to release any fear that you've held onto. And fear takes many different forms. It can show up as anxiety or overwhelm or stress. It can show up as anger and resentment or judgment. It can show up as assumptions. Whether they are made by you or by others, it does not matter. But holding that energy in the third chakra in your belly depletes your light. It blocks your light from shining fully. So releasing any energy that may be compressing your self-esteem, your self-worth.
Joina. Joiska. Yeah.
Any energy that you've held on to around worthiness or being enough or too much.
Goina. Gaskanaye. Gasalaye. Yeah.
And even letting go of any righteous anger that you may be holding on to. For in the moment, the anger was meant to be acted upon, not held onto and stored within your energy body. Righteous anger propels us to take action, but immediately.
Yeah.
So allowing that to dissipate.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And moving into the lower belly and really beginning to release any toxic energy that you have in relationship with yourself, any of the negative self-talk that you may use
Yeah.
to speak unkindly.
Yeah.
Any toxic relationships you may have with others, where it is not balanced in an equal giving and an equal receiving. When a relationship is out of balance, it pulls the energy out of one of the participants, draining and depleting, rather than a gentle ebb and flow.
Bonai.
And releasing the toxic energy does not release the relationship, but rather cleanses the relationship to begin anew in a higher, fuller, brighter vibration.
Doinaina. Yeah.
These relationships can also be with food, with alcohol, with cigarettes, with drugs, with money, with technology. Anything that we can use to distract us from the present moment
Yeah.
and returning that energy back to center.
Yeah.
So that you can bring balance and peace to all of your relationships. And in so doing, allowing yourself to have open communication and open expression of all the feelings that you may experience. For feelings are not bad, they are simply the radar allowing you to see and experience things that are going on around you in your environment. They're indicators
Yeah.
to feel the discord that may be happening.
Doinaina. Yeah.
And moving down into your first chakra, and grounding your energy through your hips and below your tailbone, and releasing any energy that may be causing you to feel insecure or unsafe or just wobbly. And in this chakra, any energy or beliefs that affect our home, our job, our finances, our food, our shelter, and even our connections to our primary tribal family.
Donai.
For one of these, When one of these is out of alignment, then they all begin to shake out of alignment as well. And allowing the energy to move down your legs equally, fully.
Bonaye.
And as the energy moves down your legs, allowing it to clear by your knees and your ankles and your feet. Going through the floor and through the foundation of the building, through all the layers of the earth, past rocks and stones and crystals and old dinosaur bones and ancient civilizations, until your energy and its cords and roots reach all the way to the center of the earth, the molten lava center.
Bonayena.
And allow your energy to take root. So you can imagine it wrapping around a giant tree trunk or dinosaur bone, or wrapping around the lava center, or through like an umbilical cord to the Earth Mother's heart. And just allowing yourself to be fully connected and in the earth energy.
Bonayena. Yeah.
And now we are going to connect with our higher self and invite our higher self into our physical body so that we can wear it like a coat, like it goes gently over us. And as that energy begins to move down our body, just becoming aware of the shift in the vibration as we connect with it.
Yeah.
Sending love and light to any places where you feel tightness,
Yeah. Yeah.
discomfort,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or to any emotions that may have stirred through the connection. And now we are going to picture or imagine our higher heart, the heart from our higher self, connecting to our energetic and physical part right in the center of our chest. And if you sense color, you can focus on the bright pink and the bright green coming together as one. Now taking a few deep breaths and allowing the heart energy to expand, to hold more love, more compassion, more joy, more wonderment.
Yeah.
Creating a bigger container, a bigger space for our inner child to run free and play.
Bona.
And really becoming aware of our connection with the divine, with other people, with our environment.
Bonaina. Boskaye.
And if you're having any pressure in the back of your heart, in between your shoulder blades, just allowing the divine light to come in and fill and release that pressure. Knowing that you are fully supported in this moment by the divine, by the community that's gathered here to heal together.
Bonaina. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now asking our higher self to also expand our intuition so that we may hear clearly the guidance coming from within and from our spiritual team.
Yeah.
And allowing us to connect to our life purpose and our spiritual mission. And that inner knowing
Yeah.
so that we may use it whenever we need to, connect with it whenever we are in need. And just take a moment to create a muscle memory of what this feels like in this moment. So that when you wish to connect to your higher heart, to your higher self, you can hold this energy, this memory to do so.
Bonaina. Bona. Yeah. Yeah.
Now just taking a moment to feel this energy as it resonates through all your chakras, through all the layers of your aura. Continuing to breathe fully, letting a breath out if you need to.
Yeah.
Good. And now we're going to gently return ourselves to this moment, dissolving our meditation and allowing any excess energy to just simply dissolve into the earth to be composted into beautiful new water and trees and air.
Yeah.
Just become aware of your body, the clothes you're wearing, the sounds in the room and of my voice, any smells you may pick up on. And when you are ready, you may dissolve your meditation.
Yeah.
Welcome back. So there are different ways to experience your higher self, and I just guided you to one way, but hopefully a way that you were doing it uniquely for yourself so that it could feel natural and doable, approachable, because we are all able to do that in any moment of time. We just get caught up in the doing and forget that that is part of our being. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the clearing noises and the talking before we began. I've gotten quite used to it, so I forget that if you're new, you may not have realized that's what I was doing. So the burping noises and were clearing. The speaking that was coming through is an ancient one who speaks through me, often giving you instructions. People will understand and nod quite often, like somewhere deep within their soul, they know what's being said. It's generally instructions like relax and breathe. So that's good. Hello, Cindy. I'm glad you popped in. Robin, you are welcome. Oh, Christine. She said, I so needed that. Cried through the whole thing. Feeling centered. Thank you. You are so welcome. Oh, smiley face back at you, Robin. Yes. It can be, some of the healings can be, it can be a very spiritual experience for you. If we've been yearning to connect or we've been yearning to heal something, the relief that comes in and the gratitude that finally, you're connecting is really keen. Yes. Her cat enjoyed it too. Yes. My cat is over that way, completely passed out. And he often does that when we're doing the healings. And then in about a half an hour, he's going to be ravenous because he always wants more food after we're done. And so this is really allowing you to remember how to connect to your higher self. We all have that ability. Nobody is missing that as part of their experience. And the more you do it and the more you integrate your higher self, the more it doesn't have to be above you or out of reach. It can be within you and used all the time, instantaneously is kind of how I keep seeing it. Esperanza said, yes, I asked and received. You are so welcome, sweetie. So yeah, they're having that opening of your heart really allows you to fill your life with grace and with gratitude. And that's where all the magic happens, and all the manifesting happens, because when you are aligned with your higher self, there is no doubt, there is no worry. There just is. And so everything happens exactly, almost instantaneously in what's supposed to happen or how it's meant to be. So this is just an opportunity for you to remember what it feels like to be in your heart, and as you are in your heart, you get to really take a different perspective, and you get to hold space for people who aren't, and not from a looking down or a bad way, but in a having compassion way. When I see somebody who's angry or upset and lashing out, it saddens me because I see the inner wounded child that is lashing out. And when I can hold that space and know that it has nothing to do with me, then I don't get caught up in it with them, or less easily. So that is why when you can connect with your higher heart, you really can tap into, many different things from that. Now she is such the good businesswoman, so she's reminding me to share this. So here is my website, trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. You can connect there for my services if you want some one-on-one work with me, or want to find out information about any of my classes. At the end, I put on one of our spiritual blends. This one is called Meditation Blend. The meditation blend helps me hold on to the openness longer, so that I can carry the benefits of this healing meditation now with me through my next couple of clients and through the rest of my day. So it allows what I did in meditation to continue to carry with me. And so it's one of my favorite blends to use on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when we're here on Star Nations, because then I get to carry the benefits of helping you, which also helps me. So, one of the things you can do is really focus on your breathing for the next few hours or so. Notice if it starts to get shorter, or if you feel pressure, like if you feel anxiety or anything coming back in. Take a couple of deep breaths, focusing on your breath and your heart, and asking for the heart to expand back fully, and see if you can hold on to the sensation for a little bit longer. Each minute that you can hold it, you can then share that energy with other people, which is really cool. So in terms of housekeeping, which it's so hard for me to do in these like channeled spaces. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m. you can join me here again on Star Nations. My show at 7 is called Soul Connections. And it's not really a show. It's much more of I'm teaching you or reminding you how to connect with your soul. And we start with the healing meditation to clear whatever you need to clear. So if you want something to release something in your life, you can set that intention and we can work on that. And then after we do the healing, I do card readings, which Lindsay Jerome mentioned. And I'm excited because we're switching to a brand new deck. I got this new deck called Peace Oracle. I don't know if you can see it. And I'm so excited to use it. It's a brand new deck from Tony Carmine Salerno and Leela Williams. And it's guidance for challenging times. So I'm so excited because I know a lot of people are struggling for that. Then I'm going to put up, here is the information about Star Nations magazine. I am one of the contributing writers for that. I've been writing for them for almost a year. I'm so excited. It'll be a year in September. And there's some fabulous articles by all of the Star Nations staff. And we each share some insights into the energy and what's going on or might be going on for you. And it's really less of a magazine and more of a reference guide. So you can get it in digital copy, or you can be old-fashioned like me and get it in hard copy as well. You can purchase it that way. And actually, I just submitted my article for our August issue, and I got really personal. So I explained some of my post-traumatic stress and the trauma that I went through. And so you could actually get an understanding of, you can go through anything and come out, heal, and heal yourself. You don't have to just be a survivor. You can really thrive and live your life. And so it was a very emotional piece to write. It was emotional for my editor to read. And so I'm hoping you guys will get some healing from my sharing. And then for those of you who are in, this neck of the woods, tonight at 7 p.m. Here at Trinity Healing Sanctuary, we have a fabulous Relax and Restore yoga class with Naomi Edelman from 7 to 8. And then this Saturday is the big event, which is called, Awakening Your True Potential. And I'm so excited. It's all day Saturday from 10 until 5. And we are going to dive into a whole day of what it's like to be in the school. And if you are part of the Star Nations family, if you reserve your space ahead of time, then it's only $33 for the entire day instead of $99. And that even includes your lunch. So if you can get here, I would greatly recommend it, because it is a huge dive into your heart and into clearing and energy work in particular. Neshi said, your August issue article was emotional for me too. Thank you for sharing your story. You are so welcome. Yeah, I only shared one little smidgen, but it was, I think it's a powerful reminder. So thank you, Neshi. And so if you can join us in person, I would love to have you, because it is my mission to heal the healers. And we're all healers. We're all meant to do something to heal this planet. We all have a contribution. And so if you're feeling anxious about what is it I'm supposed to do, or how am I supposed to do it, come and check it out, because it's a really powerful day. And here at the sanctuary, the energy of the school is phenomenal, which some of my students could tell you all about. And so, come experience the vibration. And I hope to maybe figure out a way, I'll get one of my techie people to live stream a little bit. For those of you who are part of Star Nations, I'll try to live stream some on Saturday. I'll keep you posted on the page on how I'm going to figure out how to do that. But we're going to do that so you guys can have share a little bit of the love. So if you guys have any questions about, what we were doing today or how we did it, feel free to contact me. And if not, I can't wait to see you tomorrow night at 7. Oh, and don't forget Neshi's show tonight. Neshi, what is your topic tonight? I didn't get a chance to look at it. Neshi has her show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, Communications from Home. I tap into that whenever I am free. So I'm hoping to jump on right after yoga class is done. So I'm hoping Neshi is typing that in. But that is on the Star Nations magazine page as well. And that's Communications from Home. And she's always got really cool things going on that I enjoy as well. So I'm not seeing her type it in. Oh, there it is. Oh, nice. So she's interviewing Minnie Hansman and her new column, Nature Adventures. Minnie is just fabulous. She is like a spiritual guide for nature and for all of us who are trying to connect with nature. So I can't wait to hear what Minnie has to say. So you guys have a really fabulous day. You are so welcome, Mary Ellen. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow night at 7 at Soul Connections. Have a great day.